Family, we need to talk. All right. I think that's what's been going on. I don't know if anybody's actually talking about this. Um, Unfortunately, we've been scammed by the medical system in Nigeria. I'm not here to, castigate them or lash them. However, I think it's time we begin to talk about these things. Um, Last year, a couple of my friends lost loved ones to just the carelessness of the medical system. Like, why would you transfuse blood that does not match the receiver of the blood? Like, why? Why would you do a biopsy on a tumor that you already know is cancerous? Why would you do that? There's so many things that we take for granted that happens in Nigeria that is not done anywhere else. And why am I calling this out? Because unfortunately, you see, the good ones who have the ability to leave the country are leaving because they know their worth and their value. We're left with people that maybe don't have the ability to leave. We're left with people that don't have the passion for what they're doing. It's just a job for them. We're left with people that, unfortunately, some of them are just careless. Don't get me wrong. They're good nurses, they're good doctors, they're good lab technicians. There's still good people in the medical system, but ever very so few do you get to meet somebody that is actually compassionate about the care they're giving you. And that's why, more than ever before, it's imperative that as Nigerians, we begin to really pay attention to preventive healthcare. You cannot go on as if, you don't really care. Whatever your doctor says is okay. Right now, if your doctor says something about or gives you a diagnosis, please have two or three other opinions. Because the carelessness in the system is just too much. The other day, I was talking to a lady whose son was paralyzed from the legs down. What happened? He went to the hospital to receive malaria shots. From malaria shots, all of a sudden, the boy cannot walk again. This is something that happens day in, day out. I had a friend who lost a wife because what happened? They infused the wrong blood type into this woman. I personally lost a brother to the medical system. Many of you don't know my story, but when I was much younger, my brother was sick. He had diarrhea. My parents were away. So we just managed him until my mom came. And when my mom came, the next day, we rushed him to the hospital. And unfortunately, I talk about it now because I think I've healed from that trauma to some extent. But sometimes when I think about it, I cry. This boy was looking pale already. You could see that his ribs were showing. What are you supposed to do? Take him, maybe give him some ORS, give him something, give him some IV to allow, because he couldn't keep anything down, to allow his veins not shut down. But what did they do? They just looked at us and just, well, okay, no problem, we'll handle, very nonchalantly. My brother coded right in front of my eyes. He stopped breathing right in front of my eyes. And then what did the doctors do? Or the nurses? Oh, bring oxygen, I'm like, I just remember my mom crying. Oh God, I remember my mom crying. And they rushed us out of the room, and he was gone. He was gone. This thing happens over and again. There's so many people that have lost loved ones because of the carelessness in the medical system. To be honest, that's not where I'm going to with this, but my goal for you is, my prayer for you is, what are you doing to fortify your health? What are you doing to ensure that you don't end up like another statistic in our failing medical system? Maybe down the line, there might be laws that will be put in place to protect us who can protect ourselves from the high and mighty doctors. What are you doing to ensure that you don't end up another number? That's it.